No. It's not worth over $1 million.
Honestly, no. It's not worth over $1 million. That's what she said, on national television, sitting next to the man she destroyed a family for, the man she betrayed her best friend to get, the man she posted about, filmed with, called her future. And when she was asked if he was worth $1.75 million, she said no.
He's
So
worth
you're
it.
saying,
Let that
listen,
sink in, because it gets worse. 700 pages of evidence say she knew exactly what she was doing. Every text, every video, every post. She documented her own affair, posted it online for 3 million followers to see. And the woman she betrayed? Her best friend. The woman who trusted her, confided in her, let her into her home. Now imagine this. You're scrolling through social media and you see your husband with your friend in your house. That's how Akira Montague found out. Not from a confession, not from a phone call, from a video, posted publicly. And here's where it turns unbelievable. Brenay wasn't just sleeping with Akira's husband. She was also sleeping with her own husband's cousin, in her own husband's house, while living in Akira's grandmother's home. You cannot make this up. 2 marriages destroyed. 2 children now in therapy. A grandmother forced to remove someone from her home. A husband who testified, "I heard them being intimate in my house, and I just cried." And through all of it, Brenay kept posting. Then came the courtroom bombshell. November 5th, 2025. In the middle of the trial, Tim Montague walks through courthouse security. The metal detector goes off. Guards search his bag. Inside, a 9mm handgun. In a courthouse, during a trial about his affair, he was arrested on the spot. Felony charges. And then, they still let him testify. But the deepest betrayal? Akira thought Brenay was her friend. She shared personal things, about her marriage, about Tim cheating during her pregnancy. And Brenay used every detail as a roadmap. The lawsuit says it plainly. She used personal information from the friendship to seduce her husband. She turned pain into strategy. Then came the verdict. November 10th, 2025. Guilty on both counts. Damages, $1.75 million. Brenay said she gave her consent. I don't have that kind of money. She was right, because even though she makes $25,000 a month from social media, she spends $5,000 on food, takeout, 4 to 5 times a day. She paid for Tim's lawyer while representing herself. And then came the payment that broke the internet. November 17th, her first payment toward the judgment, $2 out of $1.75 million. And finally, December 12th, 2025, Brenay and Tim sit on the Tamron Hall show, trying to spin the story, trying to make it look like love. Then Tamron asks the question, was he worth it? Worth $1.75 million? Brenay doesn't hesitate. Honestly,
No. It's not worth over $1 million.
Tim is sitting right next to her. She realizes what she said, tries to fix it. But he's worth it. He's worth it. Too late. The internet exploded. And after everything, she still wants us to believe this was love. This is the story of Brenay Kennard, the influencer who thought her followers would save her, who thought she could post her way out of consequences, who thought destroying a family was content. She was wrong. The price was $1.75 million. But the real cost? That's what we're about to uncover. December 12th, 2025, the Tamron Hall Show. A TikTok influencer with nearly 3 million followers sits on national television next to the man she married after destroying someone else's family. The question comes, was he worth it? Worth the $1.75 million judgment? Her answer? Honestly, no. It's not worth over $1 million. The audience gasps. But then, she tries to clean it up. But he's worth it is what I can say. He's worth it. Too late. The damage is done. The internet explodes. Because if there's one thing people can't stand, it's watching someone lie in real time, to themselves. This is the story of Brenay Kennard, a woman who traded a friendship for a relationship, a marriage for a lawsuit, and her reputation for a man who sat next to her on that couch, blinking slowly, while she tried to convince America that losing $1.75 million was somehow worth it. But before we get there, before the courtroom, before the verdict that shook social media, we need to go back. Back to when Akira Montague thought Brenay Kennard was her friend. Akira Montague, 27 years old, mother of 2. Married to Timothy Montague since October 20th, 2018. She had what many would call a full life. Not perfect, no marriages, but real. 2 children, a husband, a home in Durham, North Carolina. And she had a friend, or so she thought. Brenay Kennard, a lifestyle influencer, posting get ready with me videos, cooking tutorials, makeup content. The kind of creator who built her following on relatability, on showing her life, her real life. Except, not everything she showed was hers to share.
Hey, y'all. I have not done a voiceover in so long, but hey, how y'all doing?
Brenay was married to Devon Mayo. Devon and Timothy Montague, cousins, which meant the couples spent time together, double dates, family gatherings, the kind of closeness that breeds trust. Akira and Brenay became friends, real friends, the kind where you confide, where you share your struggles, where you talk about your marriage, the good and the bad. And Akira did exactly that. She told Brenay personal things about her relationship with Tim, about the struggles they were having, about Tim's infidelity during one of her pregnancies. She trusted her. But trust can be a weapon in the wrong hands. The year is 2023. Brenay's TikTok is thriving. Her videos show her life with her husband, Devon, cooking for him, calling him bae, posting loving tributes. But her followers started noticing something. In her videos, there's another man, Tim Montague, Akira's husband. At first, it seems innocent. 2 couples, double dates, having fun. But then, the comments start rolling in. Why is she paying more attention to Tim than her own husband? The way she looks at him. Something's off here. And they were right. Because what Akira didn't know, what she couldn't see while she was at work, taking care of her children, trying to hold her marriage together, was that Brenay wasn't just her friend. She was studying her, learning her, using every piece of information Akira shared about Tim, about their marriage, about their struggles, to get closer to him. The lawsuit would later describe it this way. Brenay utilized the personal information gained from the friendship to seduce. Read that again. She used Akira's pain as a roadmap to her husband. According to court documents, Brenay engaged in behavior designed to seduce a married man. Short skirts, leaning over, verbal flirting, even flicking her tongue to show off her tongue rings. And it worked. By December 2023, Devon Mayo, Brenay's own husband, overheard a conversation that made his blood run cold. He testified that he heard Brenay and Tim discussing rekindling their romance. Rekindling. Because here's the twist. Brenay and Tim dated in high school. Back in 2014, they were 15 years old. And apparently, for Brenay, that teenage relationship never really ended. In January 2024, Devon testified that he heard them being intimate in his own home. Let that sink in. Brenay was sleeping with her husband's cousin under her husband's roof. But it gets worse. Because at the same time, Brenay was living in Akira's home. Yes, you heard that right. Akira's home. Here's what happened. Brenay and Devon were having marital problems. She needed a place to stay. And where did she go? To the home Tim shared with Akira. A home that actually belonged to Akira's grandmother. Court testimony reveals Brenay stayed there far longer than the 1 week, she later claimed on Tamron Hall. She was living there, making herself comfortable, walking around in short shorts, acting like she belonged. Akira's grandmother saw what was happening, and she confronted Brenay, told her to leave. According to testimony, Brenay responded, "Akira, you better come get your grandma because I don't have a problem putting my hands on an old lady." Big Mama had to get involved. And even that didn't stop her. Because Brenay wasn't just after Tim. She wanted what Akira had: the marriage, the title, the life. And she documented it, all of it, on social media. January 2024, Akira discovers the affair.
Because people harass me, and so it's hard.
Not from a confession, not from Brenay coming clean, from a video. A video of Brenay and Tim together in Akira's home. Imagine scrolling through social media and seeing your husband with your friend in your house. The betrayal wasn't just private, it was public, performed, posted for millions to see. In February 2024, Brenay posted a video saying she couldn't wait to become Mrs. Montague. She talked about sexual details. She said, "Words can't express how much I love you." When confronted later, Tim claimed the video was about their teenage relationship from 2014. Brenay said she was drunk, but the evidence kept piling up. Videos of Brenay twerking on Tim in a bathroom, hundreds of text messages, sexual videos exchanged, plans for trips together, posts about marriage, about having 4 to 5 kids, all of it, while Tim was still married to Akira, while Akira was trying to save her marriage, while 2 children watched their family fall apart. By March 2024, Akira and Tim separated. By August, they were divorced. Devon Mayo filed for divorce from Brenay in March 2025. And Tim? He left his wife and children for Brenay. In July 2025, Brenay and Tim announced their engagement. They married shortly after. Brenay finally became Mrs. Montague. The title she'd been posting about, the life she'd been performing, the family she'd been destroying to get. But Akira wasn't going to let it go quietly, because North Carolina has a law, an old law, one most states got rid of decades ago. It's called alienation of affection, and on May 28, 2024, Akira Montague filed a lawsuit against Brenay Kennard for $3.5 million. The case was filed in Durham County Superior Court. 2 claims: criminal conversation, alienation of affection, and Akira's attorney, Robinetta Jones, was ready to prove every single one. Brenay had a lawyer at first, but in January 2025, just months before trial, her attorney withdrew. The reason? The case was much more burdensome and time-consuming than anticipated. Translation: Brenay ran out of money, so she made a decision that sealed her fate. She represented herself. No legal training, no strategy, just confidence, and the belief that she could out-influence the courtroom. She couldn't. The trial began November 3, 2025. It lasted a week. Over 700 pages of evidence, photos, videos, text messages, social media posts, all of it, posted by Brenay herself. She documented her own betrayal. Tim testified they were roommates, that he married Akira for housing, that he never loved her. Akira told a different story. Photos, texts, vacations, matching true love tattoos, a real marriage. And the jury had to decide, who was telling the truth?
Carolina jury ordered a TikTok influencer to pay $1.7 million to her husband's ex-wife. Akira Montague sued Brenay Kennard for intentionally destroying a marriage, also citing damaged mental health and depriving her children of a 2-parent household. Tim Montague eventually left Montague for Kennard after having an affair. North Carolina is one of 6 states that allow a spouse to sue a third party for infidelity.
November 6, 2025, Durham County Superior Court. Devon Mayo takes the stand. Brenay's ex-husband, Tim's cousin, the man who watched his marriage collapse while his wife and his cousin fell for each other under his own roof. And he has receipts. Devon testified about a conversation he overheard in December 2023. Brenay and Tim, thinking he was asleep, discussing rekindling their high school romance. He testified about hearing them being intimate in his home in January 2024, multiple times. But the most devastating part of his testimony came during Martin Luther King weekend. Devon said Brenay told him she wanted to separate. Not divorce, just separate. She said she wanted to work on their relationship, but she didn't want to stay home with him. She wanted to go to Tim's house. Devon drove down there that Friday night after work. He tried to hug her, tried to kiss her. She wouldn't let him touch her. He asked if they could talk. She said no. Later that night, she told him she wanted a divorce. And then, she asked a question that still haunts him. How would you feel, hypothetically, if me and Tim were to rekindle? Devon said in that moment, he knew. The night before, he had overheard them talking about getting back together. Now she was asking for his permission. He told the court, "I realized I was getting played." But Devon wasn't done. He testified about what happened after they got back home from that weekend. Brenay told him she wanted to start bringing guys over to the house. Devon said, "Fine. If you're going to be with Tim, bring him over." And she did. Brenay brought Tim Montague into the home she shared with Devon. They slept in the bed together, while Devon was still living there. He testified, "I took my L. I cried about it. Yeah, I did. I ain't going to lie, it hurt to see it. But at that point, I just had to see it for myself to see if it was really real." Think about that. A man so broken, so confused, that he let his wife sleep with another man in their home, just to confirm what he already knew. That's not weakness. That's a man watching his entire world crumble and trying to make sense of the insanity. And through all of it, Brenay kept posting, kept filming, kept performing the relationship for her followers. Akira's attorney then presented video after video, post after post, footage of Brenay and Tim going to the movies together, shopping at Ulta, running errands, all while telling Akira that Devon was with them. He wasn't. They were lying to Akira's face, using Devon's name as cover to spend time together. There were videos of Brenay cooking for Tim, making him coffee. She even posted a video showing how she made his coffee nice and sweet like my wife. Except, she wasn't his wife. Akira was. The attorney showed clips of Brenay and Tim on TikTok lives together. Followers commented, "Is Tim your boyfriend? Y'all, flirting. This is disrespectful." They laughed it off. But the footage doesn't lie. In one video, Devon walks into the room. The energy shifts. Brenay and Tim jump. The flirting stops. They knew what they were doing was wrong, and they kept doing it anyway. Then came the February 2024 video, the one that sealed Brenay's fate. Brenay is talking directly to the camera, talking about Tim. "I can't wait to become Mrs. Montague. Words can't express how much I love you." She references intimate details, sexual details. She's giddy talking about him. When the video was played in court, Brenay claimed she was drunk when she made it. Tim claimed it was about their teenage relationship from 2014. But Akira's attorney asked the question that mattered. If this video is from 2014, why is it posted in February 2024, while you were still married to my client? No answer. Because there was no answer. The video was recent, the feelings were current, and the affair was ongoing. When asked about it in court, Brenay said she was just having fun. But this wasn't just fun. This was a pattern of flaunting a relationship with a married man, posting it, performing it, rubbing it in Akira's face. And the jury saw all of it. 700 pages worth. Text messages, screenshots of trip planning, videos expressing love, posts about wanting 4 to 5 kids, all of it, while Tim was married to Akira. while Akira was home raising their 2 children, while Akira thought Brenay was her friend. But this trial wasn't just about social media. There was real pain, real damage. Akira testified about the mental anguish she suffered, the humiliation of watching her husband's affair play out on TikTok for millions to see. She testified about her health declining, the stress, the anxiety. She spoke about her children, how they lost both parents in this situation, how they're on a wait list for therapy because of behavioral changes. She said, "I don't like going out in public with my kids. I get stopped in stores. I can't have fun with my kids to this day because people harass us." Think about that. Akira can't even take her children to the grocery store without being reminded of her humiliation. Because Brenay made it public. She chose to broadcast the affair, to turn it into content, to profit off the destruction of someone else's family. And the children? They're paying the price. But there was more. On September 4th, 2025, while the lawsuit was ongoing, Brenay allegedly sent harassing messages to Akira through Snapchat, Facebook, and Instagram. According to the arrest warrant, Brenay was causing mental and emotional stress to the victim. Akira claimed Brenay was also showing up to locations that did not pertain to her, stalking her. She provided a flash drive of evidence showing Brenay violated a no-contact order. On September 9th, 2025, Brenay Kennard was arrested and charged with misdemeanor cyberstalking. She was released on a $2,500 bond. But even that didn't stop the chaos. November 5th, 2025, 5 days into the trial. Tim Montague arrives at the courthouse, goes through security. The metal detector goes off. Security searches his bag. Inside, a 9mm handgun. In a courthouse, during a trial about his affair, his destroyed marriage. Tim Montague was arrested on the spot, charged with 2 felonies, carrying a concealed weapon and possessing a weapon in a courthouse. He posted bond and was released. And yet, he was still allowed to testify. Let that sink in. The man brought a gun to court, and they still let him take the stand. Throughout all of this, Brenay represented herself. No lawyer, no strategy. She questioned witnesses. She cross-examined Akira, and it was brutal. At one point, Brenay questioned Akira about her miscarriage. "That must have been painful for you right now." The courtroom gasped. People in the gallery were shocked. Even jurors looked horrified. Akira responded, "Well, I wouldn't expect you to know since you don't have children." The judge stepped in. "You don't need to express sympathy, and you don't need to make comments." But the damage was done. Brenay was trying to control the narrative like she did on TikTok, but this wasn't social media. This was a courtroom, and the jury wasn't buying it. In closing, Brenay tried one last time to shift the blame. She claimed Akira knew the marriage was over, that Akira gave consent. But Akira's attorney, Robinetta Jones, was ready. She presented text messages. Messages where Akira asked, "Are you and Brenay a thing?" Jones said, "If she consented, why would she be asking that?" She reminded the jury of the evidence, the 700 pages, the videos, the posts. She reminded them that Brenay didn't just have an affair. She flaunted it. She performed it. She used Akira's pain for content. And then she said the line that framed the entire case. When you think about alienation of affection, you have to think about the humiliation the spouse went through. Miss Kennard flaunted her relationship with a married man. It went viral, and my client was humiliated. November 10th, 2025, verdict day. The jury deliberated for 1 hour and 50 minutes. When they returned, the courtroom was packed. The verdict was read. Criminal conversation? Yes. Damages? $250,000. Alienation of affection? Yes. Damages? $1.5 million. Total judgment? $1.75 million. The courtroom erupted. Akira's supporters cried, hugged each other. Akira embraced her attorney. One influencer said through tears, "It felt like a moment of relief, like helping someone finally get their truth out." Akira stayed silent, dignified, but her attorney spoke for her. "She has received justice for losing her husband and the father of her children." Then she asked everyone watching, "Is that man worth it? Is that woman worth it?" And now, people will think. Brenay's response? She gave her consent. She said it was okay. Still blaming Akira, still refusing accountability. She added, "I don't have that kind of money." And she was right. Despite earning about $25,000 a month from social media, she was broke. Court records showed she spent $5,000 a month on food, takeout, 4 to 5 times a day. She paid Tim's legal fees while representing herself. No savings, no plan. On November 17, 2025, Brenay filed a motion for a new trial. She called the verdict unfair, the damages excessive. That same day, she made a payment toward the judgment, $2 out of $1.75 million. December 12, 2025, 1 month after the verdict. Brenay Kennard and Tim Montague walk onto the set of the Tamron Hall show. They're married now. Brenay finally got what she wanted. She's Mrs. Montague, the name she posted about, the title she destroyed a family to get. But she's also facing a $1.75 million judgment, a cyberstalking charge, and a public that despises her. So why go on national television? Because Brenay thought she could do what she does best: control the narrative, spin the story, make people believe her version of events. It backfired spectacularly. Tamron Hall didn't come to play. She asked the questions everyone wanted answered. First, she brought up the relationship, the so-called love story Brenay and Tim were trying to sell. They talked about how they dated in high school, how they were 15 years old, how Tim's dad didn't approve of Brenay, so they broke up. They tried to make it sound romantic, like some long-lost love that finally found its way back. But Tamron cut through it. She pointed out that they both moved on. They got married to other people, as adults. And then she asked about the timeline. Tim claimed he and Akira had been living like roommates since 2021. Brenay claimed their romantic relationship didn't start until July 6, 2024. But Tamron had the receipts, court evidence, videos from February 2024, where Brenay said she couldn't wait to become Mrs. Montague. Testimony from Devon, who overheard them in December 2023. Footage of them being intimate in January 2024. July 2024? That was months after the affair had already started. They were lying on national television. Then Tamron asked about Brenay living in the Montague home. "You moved in with him and his wife, right?" Brenay and Tim both said no. Tamron paused, looked at them. "No?" Then Brenay backtracked. "I was there for a week." But court evidence showed it was longer than a week. Long enough for Akira's grandmother to come over and kick her out. Long enough for a physical altercation to happen. They kept getting caught in their own lies. Tamron asked if they had feelings for each other while Brenay was living there. No, absolutely not. But the 700 pages of evidence said otherwise. Tamron brought up the social media evidence. "Were you surprised by all the digital information they brought to the case?" Brenay said, "Absolutely, I was." Shocked? She posted it. She filmed it. She uploaded it to her own accounts. How do you get shocked by evidence you created? The audience wasn't buying it. The internet exploded. She really thought she could lie her way through this. How are you shocked by your own posts? She documented her own downfall. They were right. But the moment that broke the internet, Tamron asked the question. Was he worth it? Worth the $1.75 million judgment? Brenay didn't hesitate. Honestly, No. The audience gasped. She continued, "It's not worth over $1 million." Tim sat next to her, blinking, silent. Then Brenay realized what she'd just said, on national television. She tried to walk it back. But he's worth it, is what I can say. He's worth it." Too late. The clip went viral. She said the quiet part out loud. He's sitting right there. This is the most honest she's been. Because that's the truth, isn't it? Deep down, Brenay knows. She traded everything for a man who wasn't worth it. A relationship built on lies, betrayal, destruction. During the interview, Brenay tried to play the victim. She talked about online harassment, lost brand deals. She said, "I have been silent for 2 years." Silent? The woman who posted 700 pages of evidence, who performed her relationship online for millions. That woman claims she was silent? Tamron didn't need to respond. The audience's faces said everything. "I'm not a villain," Brenay said. "I'm Brenay." But actions speak louder than words. A woman who befriended Akira to get close to Tim. A woman who used Akira's pain as a roadmap. A woman who lived in Akira's home while sleeping with her husband. A woman who posted it, filmed it, profited from it. That's not being painted as a villain. That's being one. Meanwhile, Akira Montague is thriving. She went back to work the day after the verdict. It was never about the money. It was about justice. She moved on. She found love again. In December 2025, Akira announced she was pregnant. This is what healing looks like. Because while Brenay is on television trying to justify her choices, Akira is building a better life. But Brenay's legal troubles aren't over. Devon, Brenay's ex-husband, filed for divorce. And now he's filing his own lawsuit against Tim. The same lawsuit that cost Brenay $1.75 million. And because they're married, anything that hits Tim hits Brenay too. Let's talk about the money. Brenay earns around $25,000 a month, but she's broke. $5,000 a month on food, no savings, no assets, and now her wages are being garnished. Every TikTok dollar. A portion goes to Akira, for years, maybe decades. There's also a pattern people can't ignore. Testimony that Tim had relationships with both sisters, denied under oath, but documented. A pattern of moving on, using women, discarding them. And now Brenay is married to him. What happens when she's no longer useful? So where does this leave us? Brenay got the man, the name, the title, but it cost her everything. Her reputation, her career, her peace. Akira, on the other hand, is free. And the children? They're the ones who lost the most. This case isn't just about an affair. It's about accountability in the age of social media. 700 pages of evidence, one verdict, $1.75 million. That's the price of worth it. On November 17, 2025, Brenay filed for a new trial. That same day, she paid $2 toward the judgment. $2. The garnishment has already started. Akira will be paid, one way or another. So let's end where we began. Was he worth it? Honestly, no. For once, the truth slipped out. This is the story of Brenay Kennard and Akira Montague. A story of betrayal, of justice, of consequences. If you found this breakdown valuable, like the video, subscribe for more deep dive cases like this, and share your thoughts below. Be safe out there. I'll see you in the next one.